the beginning one is United States versus Parker, which is a Marine who had been sentenced to death. And myself and another counsel, we worked on that case, and his death sentence commuted to life in prison. I had an F-18 pilot convicted of sexual assault that was dismissed and with prejudice, which means his conviction was thrown out and he did not go back to trial. I had the same thing happen with a possession of child pornography case, convicted of possession on appeal, thrown out. He went on, got out, and is living without that conviction. We've had some other, maybe more military-specific things like UAs and things like that thrown out. I had a really interesting one where a Marine wanted to buy a house up in Massachusetts for a price he couldn't afford, so he went through this process of basically trying to trick the real estate agent into thinking that he could pay the money. He made some fraudulent checks that, but ultimately they were kind of technicalities, if you will, but the law is the law. And he was convicted, but we were able to successfully argue that based on the law, what he had done was actually not illegal, although a little bit a unique way to try and buy a house. So those are some of the ones that really stand out in my mind was that type of case. I also did one, again, it's interesting as a lawyer, but for the service member, it was a big deal. He was convicted of attempted murder, and it was a murder for hire case. The NCIS had him on videotape talking to another Marine where he was looking to hire the guy to kill his wife. So, that's kind of movie type stuff. But NCIS came in and grabbed him up afterwards. He was, like I said, he was convicted, and we argued that didn't look good, but he didn't actually go far enough to attempt this crime. And the court agreed, and they threw it out. So those are the bigger cases.
Sure.
One other one that was kind of on the lower level is just got like a service member. I think he had a couple years of confinement. We got 6 months taken off because of illegal pretrial confinement. So again, for him, that's a big deal. 6 months is, when you're sitting in the brig, is no small amount of time, right? It's not a hockey season, as some people like to put it. It's a big deal, and so he was very grateful that we were able to get that for him. So those are the types of cases, successes that we've had, and in part, a number of those cases, people just didn't think I had any shot of getting the guy relief. And I guess the last one I think of is a case called United States versus Fossler. This was an adultery case, got overturned. The case is actually now cited in the manual for court-martial.